Hey guys, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys, well, we have some Real Housewives of New Jersey news, and we know that we're getting the three-part, well, at least the first part of the three-part reunion this week, tomorrow. And I'm so excited because this season has been a banger. I'm not going to lie, I was a little negative going into this season because the way that they pushed it back for Real Housewives of Orange County, and it was so obvious what they did. They put Real Housewives of Orange County on the heels of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because they put so much time and money into this reboot, bringing back Heather Dubrow, and they're like, we need this to be a success. So they decide Real Housewives of New Jersey can hold their own and push them back after wrapping filming in June, which to me was absolutely ridiculous. But I thought in the moment, we already know what's happening. Teresa's getting engaged. Jennifer Aydin is being outed for an infidelity that's in her marriage. Like, we know Tracy Lynn Johnson's coming. What is there really to watch? And I actually ate my own words. This season not only had amazing ratings, but it came in and is going out with a banger. Now, guys, we have some casting news for season 13. I don't believe these are rumors. I believe we have a lot of facts here. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so we already know that season 12 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey has officially wrapped as we head into the reunion, and rumors are swirling as season 13 is set to begin. Okay, and that's filming in the next few weeks. Next season, we will allegedly be seeing Teresa Giudice, Jennifer Aydin, Melissa Gorga, Margaret Josephs, and Dolores Catania all return for their full-time positions. Well, who does that leave out? It's pretty obvious. We have Tracy Lynn Johnson and also Jackie Goldschneider. Now, will they both be fired? That's the number one question. And I have an answer for you. Tracy Lynn Johnson tried to come in and she put herself in the drama. She obviously took sides right out of the gate. She said that she's never been around somebody like Teresa, and that's not the kind of person she associates with. And even her husband tried to get in the drama a little bit by questioning Ruelas. But when she came in, Jennifer Aydin made a great point in a recent interview. I don't know if it was with Page Six or Us Weekly, but in the interview, she was asked about Tracy Lynn Johnson's position on the show. And when she said, listen, I think she's nice, but I think she had a really hard time trying to film with all of the girls because she's a little awkward, almost like too nice to be a part of this group of girls. And I agree 1000%. I see why, if you guys don't know this, Tracy Lynn Johnson was originally brought on as a full-time housewife. That's why we saw her in a lot of the scenes. And by the end of the season, they actually demoted her to a friend of the show because I'm guessing in production's mind, the suit and ties, everyone who watched the whole season through before actually putting up the intros and telling which women, who's going to be full-time, who's not, they probably saw all of the edits and they're like, she's a great friend of, I guess, but she's not cutting it as a full-time housewife. So with that, guys, Tracy Lynn Johnson is out. But as for Jackie Goldschneider, it's not quite as extreme. Jackie Goldschneider, has allegedly been demoted to a friend of role. And if this is true, she will still film and appear on the new season. Now, who knows if Jackie will still continue to film, because we've seen this happen before with Tamra Judge. We've seen it happen with Nene Leakes on her last season where they tried to give her 6 episodes as like a farewell. And sometimes the women have a lot of pride going into it. And they're like, hold on, I talked to you about my eating disorder. I shared, my life with my husband. You guys accused my husband of cheating. I checked the hell out of Teresa when nobody else would. Why am I being demoted? And those could be her thoughts. They could be really very valid, real thoughts, but it doesn't matter again, because the decisions are not made by the housewives. It all goes back to, Andy Cohen, Bravo, and the suit and ties. So Tracy Barber, who appeared on the last season as a friend of, allegedly will also not be returning for season 13, and production will allegedly be test filming with 3 potential newbies. I want to know everything. I want to know everything about them. Does that sound crazy? No, we're super fans of the Housewives. Doesn't sound crazy. We have Danielle Cabral, who is a friend of Teresa's, and we don't need another friend of Teresa's. That's not fair. Teresa's already, that's like adding another person to the Fox Force 5. We can't do that. Teresa's already running the show. So if we give her another friend of, it's like the odds are stacked against anybody who wants to speak out against Teresa. And I don't think that that should happen. But we'll test her out. Let's see what she brings to the table. And sometimes when a housewife brings in a friend, they don't always necessarily agree with them. We saw this with Sutton Strack and Lisa Rinna. We even saw this on Netflix's Selling Sunset with Christine, who was known as the resident villain, bringing on Chelsea. And Chelsea was like, listen, she's a sinking ship. I'm not sinking with her. All right. Then we have Rachel Fuda, who is a friend of Melissa's, and that could be interesting. But Melissa has enough friends with the group. She's pretty Switzerland. Sometimes she'll speak out and give her mind or give her opinion on something that's going on within the group. But for the most part, she's friends with Jennifer Aydin now. She's friends with Margaret Josephs. She's friends with Jackie Goldschneider. She's friends with Dolores Catania. And she can't help but be friends with Teresa Giudice because that's her sister-in-law. So really, whatever she has to do to make it work, 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what she's going to do. So I'm skeptical on this one as well. But hold on, there's one more, and this is what I'm kind of hopeful for. I know what you guys are going to say. You had Margaret Josephs at your live show in New York City. There was some silly account on social media who was like, Margaret Josephs doesn't hang out with bloggers, but yet here she is on stage with Zach and Adam. She was invited to attend an event. She committed to that event. She showed up. She signed books, people loved her, and she worked the hell out of the room. She had a job to do, and that's exactly what she did. We didn't go out to dinner after. We didn't sit there and rub elbows and say, oh my God, you know, like, what are you doing after this? Can we come see your house and Joe's renovations? It was nothing like that. We didn't exchange phone numbers and say, hey girl, text me if you have some New Jersey tea. Nothing like that. I know some of you guys are going to be like, I don't believe you, but that's fine. That wasn't the case. But this next friend is a friend of Margaret Josephs. Apparently, Jennifer Fessler is on Margaret Josephs' team, and I'm curious to see her. I've looked at the women. They all have beautiful homes. They're all very successful in their businesses. And Jennifer Fessler, if she's getting the guidance from Margaret to come in, show up, show out, and do exactly what you need to do in order to be a real housewife, I am all for it. I want her, throw her in, coach. I think that she could be incredible. I was asking Margaret Josephs on stage for our last live show, what does it take to be a great real housewife? And she said, you just need to come in. It's not about the houses or being rich or this or that. It's coming in and being your true, authentic self, knowing that if you have any skeletons, those skeletons are going to come out. Make sure that you jump ahead of the narrative, take control, and also don't put up with anybody's shit. So if she can give Jennifer Fessler that same sort of feedback and Jennifer rolls with it, Jennifer could be a great housewife. It's currently unclear and not determined what capacity they'll appear in on the show. But of course, we know that if we stay tuned over the next few months, many more updates, photos, everything will surface and we'll know exactly what's going on. Guys, I want to know what your thoughts are about these season 13 teasers. Are you here for it? Are you here for Jackie Goldschneider being demoted? Are you here for Tracy Lynn Johnson being fired? And what do you think about the potential 3 newbies? Who do you think really deserves to bring a friend on the show? Teresa, Melissa Gorga, or do you think it should be Margaret Josephs? I want all of your unfiltered opinions, and that's exactly what I'm asking for. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.